Welcome to the e-commerce leader series, the podcast dedicated to helping founders and operators navigate the future of e-commerce with AI. I'm your host, Eric Bidinger. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Luca AI. And today I have the pleasure of being joined by Sara Tugnolo, the marketing and e-commerce director at Easywalker. Sara has built brand across luxury and consumer good and baby care, working for companies like Ray-Ban and Calvin Klein, and now Easywalker. And today we're going to discuss customer trust, omnichannel growth, personalization, and what e-commerce leaders generally can learn from one of the most emotionally charged categories in retail, which is baby related. So Sara, welcome.
Thank you very much, Eric, for inviting me. Very happy to be here with you today.
Thank you. Very happy to have you. So first questions, you've had a fascinating journey from luxury brands like Ray-Ban and Calvin Klein into baby care. So can you tell us a little bit about that journey and ultimately what drew you to Easywalker?
Yes, definitely. So I'm starting as a marketing professional. I started working in Italy for a big corporation in the fashion and accessory business. And then I moved to the Netherlands. So I changed the country, changed scenery, and started working progressively in smaller and smaller company. So the journey was not deliberate. So it was really a lot of opportunities I encountered on the way. But as I went into smaller corporations, I, of course, captured more responsibilities and more visibility on all the different aspects of the company that does not only isolate on marketing, but also involves marketing, e-commerce, business development, the company as a whole, having also visibility on all the processes. So it's a journey I really appreciated, and I think I reached the top of it in a way with Easywalker, which is a small company, and it's something I can really embrace as a whole and not just seeing a little part of that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's nice to be a big fish in a small pond, and as opposed to like a small cog in this massive company, like I'm sure Calvin Klein or Ray-Ban.
Indeed. It's of course both careers have their good side, but what I really like is really to have a little bit of control without being too much control freak, of course, but having the possibility to influence the company and leaving a footprint is very important for me. So that's why I choose this path.
Absolutely. Very good. So what surprised you the most about the baby category compared to your previous experience in luxury?
Well, I can tell you in the baby category, there is a lot of emotions involved. Of course, becoming a parent or becoming a carer of a baby or a child is a very emotional journey. I've been through that, and I know that your normal way of shopping or making shopping decision is completely altered. So it's interesting to know the psychological fact of that. But also the other thing is that you're always buying for someone else who cannot express their needs, cannot express their satisfaction or dissatisfaction with your purchase. So you also need a lot of reassurance and a lot of education. That is also something I was not used to. So normally you have consumers who are relatively educated and sure of their choices. So this part of emotional reassurance is something very special on the baby industry that you also encounter, for example, in the pet industry, and makes all the decisions go out from the marketing textbook and taking a journey on its own.
That's fascinating. Never really thought about it, but you're so right on all those points. So when you're saying it's such an emotional purchase, what do you think is a typical mistake that brands make when marketing to new parents, beyond just the product that you're selling, but generally any for the baby or infant category?
Well, I think there are two major items. So one is to give everything for granted. And so saying it's obvious that it falls this way, it's obvious that this is a feature. Nothing is obvious. So everything needs to be rediscussed. So especially after many years working in an industry, you become a little bit used to a certain way of doing, while for new parents everything is new. So it's something very special, especially for strollers.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's once in a lifetime or a few times in a lifetime purchase that you know nothing about.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, the first time you purchase a car, it's the first time you purchase a car, but you've been exposed to cars your whole life as a user, as an appreciator. Well, the first time you bought a stroller, probably you never heard about how a stroller folds or what it does. It's a completely new knowledge that you have to instill in the consumers in the span of very few weeks. So that's not leaving anything for granted is one thing, and the second thing I think is also underestimating the emotional power. So going too much in the functional communication rather than indeed on the more emotional side. It's the reassurance side, like you are doing the right choice for your kid, and that's what every parent wants to hear.
Yeah. And interesting. And how do you think? How do you build trust before someone even becomes a customer for a category like yours?
It is a challenge, of course, especially because the customer base is refreshed every year for every new wave of babies being born. You have a whole new set of customers while the old ones leave you after their purchase. But in the end, it's staying consistent in what you stand for. Promise little things, but just attain to that. Not making 1,000 promises, promise few things, and just hold on to that. It's not always trying to find the new news. Yeah. It's just ensuring that you are reliable on the basics.
Very good advice.
I'm glad that you appreciate it.
There you go. All right. Thank you, Sara. That's very, very interesting. So Easywalker has gone through a significant e-commerce transformation over the last years. And can you tell us a little bit about the biggest challenges you faced during that journey?
A lot. Oh, where do I begin? So the e-commerce journey of Easywalker is not that long. So we started in 2021, where the business was built. And from there, we started really as a kind of, we need a website. Just let's put up a website and sell a few pieces, but was not really important or relevant or strategic. The baby industry is very, very conservative, a bit old-fashioned also. You have these big chains of baby shops with very old way of doing things. And so we started this as a little thing, but it slowly started to grow and became now to, I think it's about 20% of the revenues of the company, and margin-wise is enormous. So it's really big, important pillar in the company. It started growing, and the challenges were a lot. The first one is, of course, is a channel mix. So always you have conflict among the different channels, online and offline. And the second one is for sure the bottlenecks. So you always try to grow with a team that is not the team of a big company, company. So you have to really find a way to overinvest without investing too much to facilitate the growth. And indeed, the team and the available expertise is always a bottleneck. So even trying to find the right technology to support this was not easy. I think we did a great job, but it's not over. So it's every year is a challenge to get to the next step.
Yeah. No, absolutely. So when you're talking about you make the right technological choices, can you talk to us a little bit about that? Like, what does your e-commerce stack looks like today?
Well, at the moment, we have a small team, and we have a set of trusted agencies, freelancers, and infrastructure that is supporting the growth. And I think that in general, it's always a bet on whether you should hire more people and have the capabilities in-house, or invest into external parties like agencies or external support to facilitate the growth. And finding the right balance between the two is never easy, because of course you want the flexibility and the expertise, but you also want the control and the commitment that people putting their heart into the project. So we didn't find the balance yet, but the business is growing good still. So it's I think it's a journey. So it's not a magic recipe, but the journey is going in the right direction for sure.
Right. Yeah. If you're growing, must be doing something right. Are you using Shopify today on your e-commerce store?
Yeah. Yes.
And the digital distribution, is it mostly Google and Facebook, or are you using other platforms as well?
Well, and at the moment, our performance marketing goes through Meta Group and Google mainly. So that's where our investment is. We're exploring a little bit TikTok, but also from targeting and age range is not bringing the fruits we were expecting. So at the moment, it's kind of second priority. And then we have other more niche channel, like for example, Reddit, that we're exploring for some seasonal or specific projects or product launches. But yes, the bigger ones, I would say Meta and Google are the ones that are driving the traffic and conversions.
Right. Okay, out of curiosity, you said seasonal for your category. Is there such a thing as seasonality in birth?
Not really. No, it's not massively seasonal. I have to say there are a level of seasonality in the springtime. So as we speak this month, from April to June, we have the small baggies, the travel baggies that have the spike, because parents are preparing for holidays and for trips. But in general, no, there's not a proper seasonality other than the normal commercial promotional moment like Black Friday. The Black Week is important and is moving the volumes also in products that like strollers, which is normally the typical purchase you can really plan.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Switching gears a little bit, a lot of the e-commerce operators that we speak to are telling us that one issue that they're facing on their day-to-day is that they're drowning in dashboards and data. Do you have personally the same facing the same challenges, whether it's dashboards around marketing spend, or I don't know, depending on what you do within the company, but customer acquisition costs and retention metrics and even inventory stuff? Are you feeling like you're getting overwhelmed with all this data and all those dashboards?
Yes, I do have the same. We are not an over-reporting company, so we don't have an overload of dashboards and data and platforms. But it is true that you're always. I never found really the peace into having the right data with the right frequency at the right time. You always have data you don't care about, or the one that are just wasting your time. And you just have data that comes too frequently, or the ones that you need are not coming frequently enough. So finding the piece is not easy, and I didn't find it that. On top of that, there is also a lot of different platforms that maybe me, I'm feeling a little bit millennial, so maybe I'm also from a different generations, but also getting accustomed to different type of platforms. Also for project management, every agency, every department is using a different platform. Is really difficult. So the mental effort to getting used and familiar to a new platform or a new dashboard is big and too big from the benefit you get from the platform itself.
Yeah.
So yes, there's simplicity and completeness is not easy to find.
Yeah, I'm smiling, and I shouldn't be smiling, but I'm smiling because I mean we hear that so often and across the board. Doesn't matter which e-commerce category, and it doesn't matter where the brand is located. It's always the same story. But hopefully, look, technology is there to help with that, and let's see where maybe we'll have this conversation again in a couple of years, and all of this will be solved. Now, switching gears, because going back to Easywalker, this is a very interesting brand and category as well. You've invested heavily in personalization of your customer journey. So can you talk to us a little bit about how effective that personalization is? What does that look like for Easywalker? And where do you think other brands are doing this wrong?
Well, the personalization of Easywalker is indeed at a good level. It's still not where it should be. Mm-hmm. So I think in terms of customer flow, we can still do something better. Mm-hmm. But in a way, Eric, is also a little bit simpler because we don't have a proper retention journey to our customers. So we have a lot of prospects and we have a lot of after sales care and support, more to create some ambassadors of the brand rather than repeated purchase. Mm-hmm. Because our average transaction value is our customer lifetime value. You have a top up of few accessories in case, but you don't rarely have a second purchase. It's really a once in a lifetime purchase. Mm-hmm. And that's the way it is. So it's good. What I think consumers do it wrong is, other companies do it wrong. Well, I think it's just putting the technology before the knowledge of the business. Mm-hmm. So if you think love into a type of technology or just a new fancy IT tool, just implementing it without really deeply understanding the business and its need. So it should always be business first and business need first, and then the technology is an answer, is an enabler to your objective. It's not the starting point. So I see a lot of execs getting super drooling on some fancy technology and just wanted to randomly implementing it for the sake of having it, while it's always like, what's your business need? And then what's the answer? And your business needs starts from knowing what your customers want, what are they looking for, what is their journey. So that's the basis that normally is missing, and it's just let's put this thing live. Hopefully things will happen, so the revenues will ramp up. Right. Sometimes it happens, but it's just out of luck rather than proper insights.
Yeah. That's another nugget of advice. I counted 6 so far in the conversation. So very interesting comment, and good segue actually into the next topic that I wanted to explore, because obviously we wanted to talk to you a little bit about AI and the future of e-commerce. So today, can you tell us within Easywalker whether you're using AI, and if yes, where?
Well, at Easywalker, it's still massively underused and underrepresented. Mm-hmm. And I think that's where we have an opportunity. But as I mentioned, Eric, is really always I think we need 3 things that we don't have at the moment. One is the time to pause, or then accelerate. So to pause, implement structural support that is indeed an enabler for future growth, and then accelerate. And in a company where you have to bring results month on month or even week on week, it's never the time to pause. It's always a time to rush. So that is one of the challenges, the timing, finding really the time. So like when you want to tidy up your closet, you have to deal with the fact that you're in the mess for a few days, and then you're going to be very happy with the results. It's exactly the same thing. And the second thing is to find the right partner. So having someone who is trustworthy and is also understanding the business. So it's not about having the expert in the technology, but also someone who is a little bit business savvy to understand the business and giving an answer that is not just the tech part, technological part, but it's also the business advice. And then the third thing is that making sure that the answer is always something that everybody's feeling comfortable with. So at all function needs to be bought in the changes, because it's changing the way of working of everybody, from operations to finance to any type of implementation. So really having this buy-in from all the function is really important, because then you will ensure that everything goes smooth.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Do you think, from where you sit today, do you think that the impact of AI on e-commerce in general, do you think that's overhyped or underhyped?
Wrongly hyped.
Wrongly, nice. Tell me, in what way is it wrongly hyped?
I think it's overhyped for content development, with no expert support. So there's a lot of self-made content development with AI because it's just easy. But then you see that it's not in line with the brand, in line with the communication, effective, purpose-driven, with the result that is coming. So that is a little bit overhyped, and I hear a lot of people I know, it's like, why do you need this person? Why do you need an agency? Why do you need this and that? You can do everything with AI. Yes, it's true. There is a technical part, but what about the deep understanding? So it's always about pairing this part. And I think it's also underhyped on the facilitating the processes. So on the more hidden part, less fancy. So in terms of operations, logistics, smoothing the processes, everything that is a lot still very manual and very touched by the human hand, I think can be very much facilitated. And it's a bit underhyped, a little bit because people don't know about it, and they don't see maybe also the hidden cost of the manual labor. And secondly, also from what I told you, that we are normally resistant to change. So embracing a new way of doing things is always encountering a little bit of resistance.
Always. I think it's fascinating what you just said. I mean, it's you're right on. The stuff that's shiny and looks very good on the surface is ultimately mostly slop and not very useful. And the real value that gets created from not only automation via AI, because we're not there yet on the automation bit, but just the help that you can get with systems that are able to process a lot of the data in a way that's a lot faster than what us human can do. That sits under the hood, it's under the radar, it's not sexy, but actually that's where the value lies, right? And we see this dichotomy a lot with e-commerce brand, where they want to use or implement AI on all the stuff that's customer facing, but ultimately you realize very quickly that just it's not good enough. It gets you 80% of the way, but the last 20% is the 20% that actually matters. And then they kind of completely ignore all the low-hanging fruits that are sitting at the operational level that they could be harvesting. But like I said, we're gonna get there. It's only a question of time.
Yes, I have no doubt.
Very good. Sara, fascinating. Can we finish with a series of rapid fire questions, please? So I'm gonna ask you 4 quick questions and see what instinctively how you reply. So first one, what is one e-commerce trend today that we should all pay more attention to?
Ooh, that's that is a difficult question. A personalization for sure. Personalization of the journey and of the experience.
Fantastic. What's one marketing trend that's currently overhyped?
Overhyped.
Yes.
Probably AI generated content.
There you go. one thing that you've changed your mind on in the last year?
That I changed my mind on past years. That the fancier the agencies, the better the result.
Ooh, very good. I 100%. Okay, so you changed your mind. I was always on the camp that.
I thought the big name and the big agency and the big things was like a guarantee of result, which is not.
It's not, right? Yeah, absolutely. And what's the best career advice that you've ever received?
Look at the content, not at the name. So you have to benefit from what you do, not how your position sounds or look from outside.
Fantastic. Great. Look, amazing conversation, Sarah. Thank you so much for appearing on our podcast. This was so interesting. There's so many good nuggets of wisdom that you gave us. So thank you again for appearing on the podcast.
Thank you, Eric. I really enjoyed it, I have to say. So thanks so much.
Glad to hear. And so that's a wrap. And Sarah, before we press the record button, if you want to let our audience know where they can find you and where they can find Easywalker.
Yes, definitely. You can find me on LinkedIn. So look me up, Sara Tugnolo. And if you want to have a conversation, I'm always very open.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Sarah. And we see you guys on the next episode.
Hopefully. Thank you.